Okay, what am I looking forward to in Yu-Gi-Oh! For 2022? So I guess I should start by saying Happy New Year, everybody. We made it. Hopefully this year will be better than the last. I think the bar is not terribly high, but yeah, so a lot of people wanted me to talk about, my just sort of Yu-Gi-Oh! Things I'm looking forward to for this year, and I do think that there's quite a bit to look forward to. So I figured I would just make a quick video about it. First things first, I think the elephant in the room is probably Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I know that we've talked about this game quite a bit on this channel and just in this community. Everybody's really very excited about it. So I think it's coming out pretty soon, it seems like. For those of you guys who don't know, actually, I think on the Yu-Gi-Oh! EU or Konami like EU YouTube channel, they've been releasing these small videos with like more information. Like they released one the other day that's about like the menu and interface in the game, which actually revealed some pretty interesting new information about like your ability to label the type of duelist you are, like a returning player, a casual player, an advanced kind of meta player, I guess. And other things like friend IDs, confirming that cross-platform play would be a thing. Talking a little bit more about your mate, as it's called. That's like, your sort of companion monster, like a rescue rabbit or a Karibo or a scapegoat token. So yeah, you guys can check all that out. They're supposed to be releasing another new video, I think on the 5th. So pretty exciting. I hope that this game comes out soon. I really would love a January release. I think it's feeling a little bit like February is probably going to be the time. But either way, this game certainly looks close to completion, and it really does change everything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I think that this game will single-handedly bring a lot of people back into the game, introduce a lot of people to the game for the first time, and for me, it's definitely going to revitalize, I think, my ability to just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, for the last couple of years, it's been a little bit harder to go to like locals, regionals, YCS events. So I've mostly just been relegated to playing with my friends. I kind of found myself taking a bit of a break from the game, but I really genuinely believe that Master Duel, if it's done right, updated, has good online features, such and yada yada, this will probably be the game that I play like all the time, religiously. Like I'll play it on my phone, I'll play it on my tablet, I'll play it on my TV, I'll play it on everything. And I think that it'll be a great way to make content, which I guess we'll get into that here in a bit. So the next thing though that I'm looking forward to is probably, well, there's a couple of sets. So obviously I think last year's Yu-Gi-Oh! Product releases were on the whole kind of weak. Burst of Destiny came out at the end of the year and it was really strong and helped and like really changed the meta and revitalized things. But before then, Blazing Vortex, Lightning Overdrive, Dawn of Majesty, So, not great products last year. The reprint stuff was pretty nice towards the end of the year. There's still a couple of cards that need reprints, and there's still things like Forbidden Droplets that just doesn't seem like it wants to ever go down. But the maybe bad part is also that products have been delayed. So a couple of things have gotten pushed, into this year. Like, what is it? The Grand Creators, I believe. It's coming out later this month. And that's something I was kind of looking forward to. But more so than that, the two products I'm really into are the Speed Duel GX box, or I think it's called the Speed Duel Duel Academy box. I love those Speed Duel boxes. I actually really like the Speed Duel format. We played it a lot in real life and it kind of fell off because of just many reasons. You can blame Konami, you can blame players, whatever. But Speed Duels fell off, and I find that the sort of sealed like cube box play system really complements Speed Duels quite well and makes it very fun and accessible. It's like a low commitment way to just play the game a bit with your friends and not have to feel as though you have to like really invest too much in it. I think that was a bit of an issue. So we'll definitely be trying to get our hands on it and play it together, make some videos about it. Should be neat. Another product I'm looking forward to is the Albez Strike Structure Deck. I think that that's just going to be a really fun one. I've gotten really into the Albez lore ever since I started playing the Despia deck, which is one that I've had a lot of fun with. I am just looking forward to that. Obviously, there's that card Albez Fusion or Branded Fusion. That's just a really strong fusion spell that can fuse from the deck, which is a different conversation as to whether or not this game needs any more of those, but very good card for the strategy and a couple of other really helpful cards. I actually think that Despia is kind of slept on and it could become really strong sooner or later, if not as a full deck, but maybe just as a small engine. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a good time. Let's see, what else? So there's the Speed Duel box, there's the Albez Strike Structure. Unfortunately, they've both kind of gotten pushed back in terms of release dates, but that can't be helped. It's not really Konami's fault. It's just state of the world right now. Kind of looking forward to Ghosts from the Past as well, just because they said that they're increasing the chances to get a Ghost Rare. I think that's pretty cool. It was very hard to pull a Ghost Rare last time. I never got my hands on one. Not even Larry did, and he usually opens a bunch of packs. So I'm hoping that perhaps that will, be a thing that's like more pleasant to open. I hope the card list is a little bit better than last year's one too. That would be great. And I think that's kind of it for products. I mean, obviously, there's like Battle of Chaos around the corner, so cool. But okay, next thing, I'm looking forward to in-person events that are finally returning. YCS Pasadena is in a couple of weeks, and assuming that it doesn't get canceled because of Omicron, which I believe is a unfortunately real possibility, but hopefully it doesn't happen, or maybe hopefully it does happen. I don't know if that'd be good or bad, because anyway, hopefully we are able to get a smooth return to Yu-Gi-Oh events. That would be nice. I know there's like YCS Pasadena, there's YCS Vegas, and hopefully they're able to announce a few more. I'm looking forward to maybe something that's like in Fort Worth, Texas. I know there's usually YCSs there, or maybe Atlanta. Some spots that are maybe a little bit closer to me, I can travel to those. I unfortunately won't be attending Pasadena. We all just sort of decided that the health risk was like a bit up in the air for people, and like people have family members. So while we wanted to go to that and meet any of you guys who are going to that, we unfortunately won't be able to. I guess the jury's still out in Vegas. We'll just sort of see how it goes. That really sucks, but I do hope that the people who are able to go do enjoy themselves. And I have seen regional locations, like physical, IRL regional locations be announced for the Battle of Chaos season that starts in February. So I'm planning to try to attend a couple of them. There's one in Mendenhall, Mississippi on February 12th, I want to say. So you might be able to spot a couple of your favorite Team APS members at that, assuming all goes well. Hopefully that can just kind of get back up and running. Because they did remote duel regionals for the last couple of booster pack seasons, and because they're like bringing these new regionals back, if it's all running smoothly, then there's a very real chance that they're going to attempt nationals and worlds again this year, which would be super duper awesome. I think that's just so long overdue, to have to go like 2 years without like a Nats or a Worlds just makes the Yu-Gi-Oh scene feel like empty and dead and like unfulfilling. So I really want that back. I think that would be a load of fun. I, of course, would be attending those. And just, it just sounds like it'd be a good time. I definitely want to, I've gotten my invites in the past to go to these, to nationals, but I still think it'd be fun to compete in some regionals in these newer formats and get that. There's also a ban list around the corner. I can't speak a whole bunch about it because I have not really been playing and engaging much with the competitive scene right now. So I'm really not the person to ask for ban list predictions. All I know is that I don't like Imperial Order. That is a card that hasn't been a lot of fun in the instances that I have played. And other than that, I guess you guys probably know better than me what current decks and other cards maybe need to get hit. I know there's always still conversations around Vert Anaconda. I've heard some stuff about Artifact Scythe. We'll see how it goes. I trust Konami to do a pretty decent job. My prediction is that a lot of the stuff that's been lasting for a really long time, like Drytrons and Tri-Brigade, might be like hit a little bit harder, but they don't seem to be like overpoweringly good. So who knows, right? Let's see. As for Team APS, the content is back. We took a bit of a break towards the later end of last year, just dealing with, a bit of burnout. Didn't really feel like I was creatively motivated, and we were all kind of just like busy with other things. It was hard to get content out, and so I just felt like it'd be good to slow it down. But it's 2022. We have actually just dropped a new video on the main channel. It is a fun Yu-Gi-Oh! Playground 2002 skit with Larry and Terrell dressed up as kids at a local park. It's a good time. Definitely go check that video out. Our plan is to try to get out a new skit every single week on Saturdays. It's a tall order, but hopefully we can, continue it. And I also want to get a lot more just of the core Yu-Gi-Oh content that, just your average player wants to see on this channel, actually. So maybe a few more of our duels. I know people always want to see us play our like real decks or tournament decks. So I suppose we can try to show a little bit of that. Maybe more deck profiles, just opening stuff. I want this channel to feel like it's more worth subscribing to. Right now it feels very random, so we'll see where that goes. And also, if you guys haven't seen it, of course, check out our game channel. That's APS Duel Terminal. Up to now, we've played a bit of Duel Links, and we're trying to rotate in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel game on Switch, and of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel when that comes out. So I'll have links to all that. It's going to be in the description. You can go subscribe, check it out. We'll be back to live streaming pretty soon, hopefully next week. So yeah, that'll be fun. I think that's all I have to say here. So Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2022 is looking promising. I think it could be one of the best years of Yu-Gi-Oh! If everything returns like normal. And hopefully, at worst, it just will be not as bad as last year. Not saying last year was bad. Anyways, the point is, okay, that's it. I've talked long enough. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a happy new year. Pass turn.